Okie dokie. Today we are going to look at something called the Hinge Theorem, which has to do with side angle side inequality theorem. But before we start, let me ask you a couple of questions. Okay, you see these two triangles, and I want to know something. This side, do you think is congruent to this side? Of course it is. Why? Because I labeled them, I measured them. It's 2 inches, 2 inches. This side is also congruent to this side of this triangle. Okay, they both measure 1 inch. I want to know something. Let's have names A, B, C. And these we're going to call it D, E, F. Out of these two triangles, which side, okay, is the longest? All right, let's put it this way. So we know that, let me ask you, which side is the longest? BC or EF? You tell me. Okay, so if you remember, opposite to the longest side, right? If two triangles, okay, have sides that are congruent right here, these two sides are, this side is congruent to this one and this side is congruent to this one. Now, the opening of the angle should tell you something about the length of the side opposite to it. Okay? Just because two sides are congruent doesn't mean that the two triangles are congruent. For the triangles to be congruent, they would have to have side angle side congruent to side angle side. But these two angle measures are different. So which one has the wider opening? Right, angle D has a wider opening than angle A. And we know that if the side opposite to an angle, if the angle opposite to a side is greater, right, than the angle opposite to the other side, then that side, okay, is longer. So EF is longer. Therefore, BC is less than EF. Okay? Because EF is opposite to an angle larger than BC. BC is opposite to an angle smaller than EF. Alright? Anyway, I just spent 3 minutes trying to explain this. Let's go. So what does the Hinge theorem says? Well, I'm going to put it on the camera. You could pause it, you read it. It says, if two sides of one triangle are congruent to two sides of another triangle, just like I explained just now, okay, and the included angle of the first is larger than the included angle of the second, then the third side of the first angle is longer than the third side of the second triangle. Okay, read it until you understand it. But once again, let me explain what it means. These two sides are, this side is congruent to this one and this one is congruent to this one. Okay, if the included angle right here, okay, of the first triangle is greater than the included angle of the second one, then the side opposite to that angle will be greater than the side opposite to the second triangle. That's basically what it means. And you already knew that, but remember what it's called. It's called the Hinge Theorem. The Hinge Theorem. Okay? So let's do an example. Alright. So let's see now. I need to prove that, wow, I need to make it smaller. Okay, first let me read it. It says, if two sides of, okay, I just read it. Now we have the two triangles right here. Let's see now. Given triangle ABC and triangle DEF. AB is congruent to DE. AB is congruent to DE and AC is congruent to DF. Okay, I get it. They equally measure. Now, BC is greater than EF. BC is greater than EF. Why could it be? Well, because the angle, the opening here has to be greater than this opening. Okay? So I need to prove that angle BAC is greater than angle EDF. So how am I going to prove it? Hello. Let me see if I can show you a little bit of the power right here. Okay, so let us assume that angle BAC is not greater than angle EDF. So let's assume that this is not greater than this one, right? Then either BAC, if this is not greater than this one, then it's either equal or smaller, correct? So then BAC equals or BAC is less than EDF, this one, okay? Well, continue. If angle BAC is equal to EDF, if this is equal to this one, then the sides opposite should also be equal. But it's not possible. Okay? If BAC is less than, if this angle is less than this angle, then BC is less than EF, which is not possible. Okay? It's not possible. So since our assumption is wrong, okay, thinking that this angle is less than this angle, then there's only one option, that this angle is greater than this other angle. And that's it. Hence proof. Okay. And now let me see. This should be one of the shortest lessons ever. So independent practice. So we have a car, right? A car leaves a mall. Okay. So a car leaves a mall. First north direction up to 5 mile. 5 mile. To 5 mile, yes. Okay. So north. So this is the mall. So north, right? Then moves west up to 3 miles. Well, we are in New York, so we are here. This is the east. So west should be California. So then we go here 3 miles. Car B left the same mall, moves towards south. So this is south, and then it moves. Let me see, for 5 miles. Then turn east by 100 degrees. So now turn east by 100 degrees. Car B left the same mall for 3 miles. Which one is far from the mall? Let's see. A car leaves a mall. All right. So which one is far from the mall? Which of these cars far? Okay, so this is car A, and car B. So I need to know whether this side is longer than this side, or this one is longer. So the car could be far away. Well, let's see. How do I know this is 90 degrees? Because he said it moved north, right? And then it moved west. It doesn't say a turn of whatever. So north and west, that's 90 degrees right there. There's 100. So the opening of this angle is greater than the opening of this angle. So then that means that since the opening of this angle is less, and this one is more, then it takes a longer distance. This segment becomes wider. You understand what I'm saying? If you open this a little more, then this one is going to extend even more. So therefore, car B is far from the mall than car A. Oh, that was easy. Okay. Question 2. Use the Hinge Theorem to find which angle is greater. All right, so these two sides are congruent. That's what I know, right? Now, this side over here, which angle is greater, 1 or 2? Well, what is the angle? Look, we have this angle right here, and we have this angle right here. Let's point at the side opposite to it. So look, the side opposite to this one is AB, and it's 36. This one measures 36 units. Okay? This side is opposite to this angle, it measures 34 units. We know that the longer the side, the larger the angle. So then angle 1 is basically greater than angle 2. And that's it. And you have it right there. Okay, so I'm done with that lesson. I'll see you on the next lesson with which is planes and all that stuff. Okay, bye bye.